Absolutely beautiful, and in 2 languages as well. Another huge round of applause for 𝗲𝗓𝗓 on an incredible rendition of our national anthem. We are delighted to have with us up on the stage, first of all, the CEO of Aga Khan Foundation Canada, Khalil Shariff. We've also got the Calgary Chair for the World Partnership Walk, Sameer Hasham. And the President of the Ismaili Council for Calgary, Zahra Shajani. Let's have a huge round of applause for these special guests. The World Partnership Walk is Canada's largest public movement to fight global poverty. It unites Canadians from coast to coast to coast in collective action across the country. The $140 million raised through the walk to date has contributed directly to over 180 initiatives in more than a dozen countries. This works in Africa and Asia, where AKFC tackles poverty on many fronts. It improves access to quality education and healthcare. It increases food security. It creates first-hand economic opportunities, and it builds strong, resilient communities and local institutions. The Walk, as you know, is a volunteer-led annual fundraising campaign that rallies support for some of the world's most vulnerable people. When you walk, you do a lot more than raise funds. You raise awareness, you inspire action, and you drive a positive change and foster a sense of unity. Speaking of volunteers, I would like to invite to the stage the chair of the Calgary World Partnership Walk, Sameer Hasham, to welcome all of you here today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sameer Hasham, and I'm the Calgary Chair for World Partnership Walk 2024. I'm thrilled to be here with you today, celebrating the 40th anniversary of the World Partnership Walk. For 4 decades, we have come together to make a difference around the world. Can I get a round of applause? On behalf of the Calgary Mayor, City Council, and Calgarians, the city hereby proclaims June 2nd, 2024 as World Partnership Walk Day. The World Partnership Walk story began in 1985 when a group of women in Vancouver initiated a walk to fundraise for AKFC's programs in Africa and Asia. Their shared goal was to give back to the communities they left behind, and their efforts resulting in persuading 1,000 other Canadians to join them in a walk for fight for global poverty, raising an impressive $55,000, which is more than $135,000 in today's dollars. Beyond fundraising for a cause close to their hearts, these women were crafting a legacy. These grassroots efforts grew to become what is now the largest public movement in Canada to fighting global poverty, including Canadians of all ages, in collective action from coast to coast to coast. It's truly inspiring to be surrounded by so many leaders who have inspired change in their workplaces, schools, and communities, and shaped the walk into what it is today. The World Partnership Walk movement is supported by thousands of volunteers and Canadians from across the country each year. Together, we have raised $140 million to fight global poverty. Today, I ask that you look around and congratulate your fellow volunteers, fundraisers, donors who have made this campaign the success that it is, not just today, but over the past 40 years. Can you believe that Calgary Together has raised $600,000? This is an incredible achievement. This year, we have seen many companies and businesses forming workplace teams with colleagues or joining us as sponsors. This is how we grow our efforts to make a huge impact. Thank you. I want to especially acknowledge our national transformational sponsors, Prestige Auto Group, the 𝗃𝗶𝘀𝗶𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃 Foundation, and Evergreen Hospitality Group for your overwhelming and constant support. To our returning participants, thank you for your loyalty. And to our new supporters, thank you for joining us and welcome to the Walk family. We need you to grow our reach. We need you to spark hope. And finally, to our amazing volunteers, a big thank you and a big round of applause to all the wonderful volunteers around the walk site. They may be behind the scenes, but all the attendees should know that this entire production in Calgary and our campaign across Canada has been driven by volunteers. Thank you for your countless efforts of hard work and dedication. None of this would have been possible without you. We're thrilled to announce that this weekend, your fundraising will go twice as far. This is because of a $10,000 matching gift from a generous anonymous donor until end of day, Sunday, June 2nd. This incredible matching gift opportunity is exclusive to fundraising in Calgary only. Reach out to your network of family, friends, and colleagues, letting them know that their support will have a bigger impact this weekend. Finally, let me thank you once again for joining us here today. We would not be Canada's largest and most successful event dedicated to fighting poverty without you. Together, we can create a world where we all thrive together by stepping forward to fight global poverty. Thank you.
Thank you, Sameer. And now I would like to invite the CEO of Aga Khan Foundation Canada, Khalil Shariff, to say a few words.
Well, thank you very much, Salim, and good morning, Calgary. Terrible. Let's try that again. Thank you, Salim. And good morning, Calgary! Salim has got a lot of work these days. You may have heard of some hockey games that are going on. So there are a few hockey games going on, but we are very, very proud that Salim has taken time to be on stage with us today. So a big round of applause to Salim for joining us today. Thank you. It is so exciting to be in Calgary today, and I want to thank all of you for coming out, and for all the sponsors and donors and ambassadors who have helped this year under Sameer's extraordinary volunteer leadership to bring back the walk to Calgary after a 4-year absence. What an extraordinary achievement. And that fact makes this year very special for Calgary, but it is special for another reason, which Sameer's already talked about and Salim have talked about, which is that this is the 40th anniversary of the World Partnership Walk. 40 years ago. Just think about what this means. 40 years ago, a group of women leaders decided that they would not allow the fact that they have the blessing of being in Canada, the blessing of living in a place of peace and prosperity, to allow them to forget that the vast majority of humanity lives lives where they cannot count on the blessings that we take for granted here. Those ladies 40 years ago were not going to allow themselves to take the blessings of this country for granted. And they decided that they would create an institution that would reach out around the world. That even as they were building new lives here, that they would seek to lift the lives of people all around the world. They didn't know when they raised $100,000 that year. They didn't know what they were creating was the largest national movement in the country in support of global poverty, and that's what this institution has become 40 years later. And that's an extraordinary achievement, but it's an achievement that has touched all of us. And every one of you who have come out today, every single person who is here, every volunteer who has spent an hour contributing to this, every donor, every sponsor, every ambassador, you are now part of a 4-decade tradition. It is a Canadian tradition of reaching out to those most in need in the world and saying, look, we are all in this together. Isn't that the lesson of COVID after all? Isn't the lesson of COVID that we have a choice? We can either decide that we are just in it for ourselves, or we decide that we are all in this together. And it turns out that COVID taught us that even if we wanted to be in it for ourselves, it was never ethically tenable, and it's now clear it's not practically even possible. We are all in this together as one humanity, whether we like it or not. And the walk has become the premier national institution to act on this idea that we are all in this together. So what I want to do today is simply thank you all for being here, for being leaders, and for carrying on this great tradition. What you need to know is that when you walk, you are carrying on an extraordinary Canadian tradition of leadership in the world. When you walk, you are taking those values and ideals and putting them into action. When you walk, you are touching tens of millions of lives around the world. And when Calgary, when you walk, and when you walk today, you are making the world better, not just for people around the world, you are making the world better for us here today. So together we are building, step by step, a world that's more peaceful, a world that's more prosperous, a world that's more pluralist for all of us. That's what you're doing when you walk. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Khalil, for a really inspirational message there. I'd now like to invite the president of the Ismaili Council for the Prairies, Zahra Shajani, to say a few words.
Thank you, Khalil, for your inspirational words, your enthusiasm, your work. This is a remarkable day. On behalf of the Council for the Prairies, I would like to extend a heartfelt congratulations on the 40th anniversary of the World Partnership Walk. Today, the Ismaili community is represented by hundreds of dedicated volunteers whose efforts make this event a remarkable success. Our goal through initiatives like this is to serve our local and global communities. We pride ourselves in sharing our knowledge, ethics, and long-standing tradition of global citizenship and voluntary services. The funds raised today by all of you will support vital programs in Asia and Africa that develop and strengthen communities in areas such as education, healthcare, civic society, climate resiliency, women's empowerment, to name a few. While many Ismailis live in countries where the Aga Khan Development Network operates, these programming and institutions are designed to benefit the broader community. I want to acknowledge the presence of our community here, including our government, academia, and all of you representing us today to make a difference. Your support and your ongoing partnership are deeply appreciated. At the end of the day, without you, this walk is not possible. So congratulations to all of you. Lastly, I would like to commend the outstanding efforts of the World Partnership Core team here in Calgary. As our chairman mentioned before, this is our first walk since after COVID, and we're bringing people out together. So I would like to thank all of the dedicated volunteers for your countless hours of organizing this incredible event. Thank you to all of the volunteers. Congratulations to you. I think we need a bigger applause than that. It's the volunteers. Without them, we don't have a heart in this walk. So it is kudos to them. Lastly, congratulations to Sameer, who is our chair, and his team and your core team. This is your fruits of today's efforts. Excellent work. Thank you. And I was told that this is a walk, not a marathon. So all of you standing by the start balloon there, it's a walk. It's okay to come forward a little bit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zahra. AKFC's approach to fighting global poverty tackles areas like healthcare, education, and climate resilience, all while advancing gender equality. Despite persisting global challenges, there is a strong sense of optimism and determination to continue coming together to unlock potential and opportunity around the world, which ensures that we can have access to basic resources, thriving communities, and dignified lives for all. By stepping forward together, we are showing the world that we are here for them. Anyone who fundraises $250 receives our limited edition 40th anniversary 2024 walk t-shirt, which I'm wearing today. So I think I can pull this color off, even though it is an Oilers color, but if that isn't motivation for you to fundraise, I'm not sure what is. So we'd also like to give a special shout out and hello to the Honorable Minister of Immigration, Mr. Muhammad Yaseen, who has graced us with his presence here today in Calgary. An event like this does not happen without corporate sponsors and their support, who have contributed to the walk and invested in creating this amazing event today, which is Canada's largest campaign to fight global poverty and support international development. We wouldn't be able to be up here today and do the work that we do without these generous donors. I'd now like to invite Khalil Shariff and Sameer Hasham to receive some of these remarkable checks. First,
Ali. कैसे क्या
Still here on the grounds. Lunch is going to be served soon. Also, we've got the Mendy tent, which is now open. And we also have some great games, face painting, and activities at the youth tent, and they're being led by the young engineers. I also give a big shout out to DJ Ash, who's been providing some great entertainment, and will continue to do so throughout the afternoon.
Okay guys, this is the started of the World Partnership Walk Calgary 2024. Beautiful weather here at the Prince Island Park, and you just saw it was a ribbon cutting ceremony with the CEO of the 𝗃𝗏𝗏 Foundation, Khalil Shariff, our good friend Muhammad Yaseen, the Minister of Immigration, he was here, plus the one of the big sponsor, country's Toyota, Jiwani and his wife, they were here, and of course the Sameer Hasham, the chair for the Calgary Walk, he was there, and of course the President Saiba from the Smiley Prairies of Council of Canada, so she was at the ribbon ceremony as well. So hopefully you enjoyed it, took lots of pictures. Hopefully you so I'll be posting soon, but by the time, please share and comment, and let's go for walk for the World Partnership Walk, and let's step together, let's step forward together to end global poverty. Thank you so much everyone. We'll sign off right now. As for now, this is Jalal Arak from the Coffee with Jalal, and of course the Salam Namaste Calgary on Radio Sangam 94.7 FM. Thank you so much.
Subscribe to our official YouTube channel and stay updated.